Record. All right. Now we're good to go. Okay. So today, as the title entails, we are going to be digging into how to make your summer the healthiest summer yet. And we have three awesome, simple tips to kind of get you headed in the right direction. I did just send out an hour or so ago a workbook that kind of has the flow of things that we'll be doing or going through today. So you can either update that in PDF form or you can print it out and write on it with a pen, but it has some goal setting and things like that. So if you want to print that out, if not, you can just follow along. Um, but let's go ahead and get started. So, two questions are they're on the top of that PDF, but how do you want to spend your summer becoming healthier? And then secondly, is there something specific you're looking to understand today? So take a second to write those down, and or you can put them in the meeting chat here. So things to be thinking of this next half an hour and the rest of the summer, of course. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, at Five Seasons CrossFit and Nutrition, we've partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that's guided, tested, and proven. So that's essentially the platform that we drive our nutrition program on. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a very simple habit-based approach. Becoming the healthiest version of yourself isn't just about what you eat or hitting the gym a few times a week. It's a combination of what you see here on the wheel of nutrition, stress, sleep, exercise, support, and lifestyle all working together. And I'm sure we've all noticed how stress or boredom or your level of tiredness or being around certain people can impact your food and or your beverage choices. So that's why we focus on the holistic approach, encompassing nutrition, stress management, sleep. Mindset is very important, your support system, and your lifestyle. So with that, we will dig into today's topics. So we're in Iowa, or most of us are, at least in the Midwest. My mom's on, she's from Illinois.
I don't know if you can see me, but I can't see myself. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Yes. Oh, please.
It's
Sorry.
it's it's still hot by you. So summer is here. If you didn't know it, step
I'm
outside.
listening. I'm listening.
With longer days,
Oh, I know
vacation
I'm watering.
times, and plenty of activities, it's a perfect time to reset your habits and make your health a priority, especially during the summertime. Um, and I wanted to tell just a quick story of one of our HSN coaches, not necessarily at the gym, but one that we work with. She worked with a client last summer who wanted to make progress over the summer. They wanted to get stronger, they wanted to get to a certain percentage of body fat. But after zooming out for their current situation in that or in that last summer, they realized that they had a long road trip, they had an international trip. So what they ended up doing was shifting their focus to more short-term goals to kind of meet them where they're at, to basically help them maintain the progress that they had made coming through the spring. So sometimes, and we'll talk about it a couple times here today, it's not just about making all kinds of wild progress, but can be about staying consistent with the season that brings endless opportunities of fun activities, plenty of time to relax and unwind. And of course, let's not forget the summer typically brings more or different types of foods. And if you're indulging in adult beverages, that can increase throughout the summer. So combating the challenge can just being that or like overcoming that is a win in and of itself. A couple studies here. So one study shows that children consume up to 5 times more sugary drinks during summer break. In a survey of 1,000 parents with kids under the age of 17, whether it be ice cream, sugary beverages, those two things certainly top the list of most consumed items. And in contrast, only 1 in 10 parents reported their children eating more vegetables. There's a lot of veggies to go around in the summer. And also, it's not just for the kids. A study in 2017 found that during a somewhere between a 1 to 3 week vacation, adults typically gain nearly 1 pound per week while you're on vacation. So, no matter what season or stage of life you're in, you can always have something to improve on, even during the summer. So, think about the prior summers that you've had. Have you been able to feel healthy coming out of it? Do you feel like you're making lasting choices? Are you supporting your family's health or even making the most with the time that you had during the summer? The summer is a perfect time to reflect on your goals, what you want to look like this summer, or what you want your summer to look like. So in your workbook, or if you have it pulled up, there's a spot to write down your 3 goals for this summer. And just like I said earlier, these don't have to be massive goals. So some ideas are could be as simple as allowing yourself a treat while on vacation and then moving on. So kind of abandoning the all or nothing mindset. Continuing to work out or maybe trying a new workout routine. Setting up realistic expectations and intentions to grocery shop each week and stick to your routines. So take a couple seconds here, write them down. You can share them with your nutrition coach if you're part of the nutrition coach program. You can put them in the chat here. We can talk about them a little bit later. So take a second, write those down. And then different seasons bring different goals too. So it's okay to not have, like I said, extensive goals or planning on making huge progress over the summer, especially if you have a lot of travel, a lot of activities. If you have kids, you're kind of all over the place with them during summer break. You got vacations. So consistency could be the key for you this summer, and maybe potentially even adding on to what you've been doing well throughout the spring. So building in consistency can create confidence and help you keep going and truly stick to positive changes and ultimately getting the outcomes that you're looking for. So with all that said, I will kick it over to Jewel, and we're going to dive into the 3 strategies to help you live a healthier summer this summer, which is now.
Awesome. Thanks, Cliff. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Jewel Day, and I am a CrossFit coach and CrossFit HSN nutrition coach at our gym. So I'm going to dive into tip 1 here. So make the healthy choice the easy choice. With HSN, it's all about stacking those habits. So we love to make healthy choice the easy choice. We know that whenever we make healthier foods more available more often, we'll tend to gravitate towards them rather than the snacky, sugary, salty options that we all gravitate towards. So some simple tips here are try washing and storing your fruits in the front of the fridge or having a fruit bowl available on the countertop. For your veggies, start by washing them well and then chopping them up and storing them in easy to reach containers in the fridge. When you set yourself up for success by preparing, it makes things so much more easy. So having nutritious snacks ready to go makes it more likely that everyone in the household will grab something healthy. So we'll move on here. So some storage tips. Let's talk about keeping your produce as fresh for as long as possible. This may seem like a super simple thing, but it's so sad. So many things can go to waste. So the question is always to wash or not to wash. So will it really matters most about the fruit storage? Okay. So especially with your fruits, the most effective way to make your fruit last longer is to soak it in a bath of water and vinegar. Okay. And then let it dry on a towel and store it in an airtight container in the fridge. This helps to keep the moisture out in the molded bay and helps to last up to 3 weeks in the fridge for some fruits. Now, obviously, that's not applicable to all fruits, but it does hold true to many. So try 1/4 cup of white vinegar and water, soaking for up to 10 minutes and rinsing well. Okay. This is also a much cheaper option than the expensive fruit and veggie washes you may find at the store, and it's just as safe an option to consume as well. But what about veggies? So veggies such as celery or carrots tend to do well cut up and stored in the fridge in a container with a small base of water. And then other veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, or bell peppers will need to be stored separately in airtight containers due to being sensitive to other ethylene producing produce, which will ripen and mold them quicker. So I don't know if you've ever tried to ripen something quicker by putting it in like a paper bag or by another ripe fruit, but they will, if they're close together, they'll ripen each other really fast, and there's an opportunity for it to go bad quickly. So moving on to add more color. So keeping those fresh fruits and veggies around is great for increasing fiber intake. Okay, vitamins and minerals. However, ultimately, it decreases sugar and ultra processed food intake, which tends to skyrocket in the summer. Cliff, you can click it to the next slide there. And then challenge yourself and your family to incorporate more color, like this headband, for example. This can be a fun time to try new recipes, bring back oldies but goodies that you may have forgotten from last summer, too. Find some new staples. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, a few of our favorite recipes to make ahead this time of year for everyone include the chickpea and edamame salad, which includes different veggies and seasonings that are very savory. The HSN cucumber salad or traditional Greek salad are also crowd favorites to pair with any lean protein. And you can also take this stuff to like family gatherings and all of that stuff. As well as the veggie quinoa, which provides good complex carbs, fiber, and plant-based protein. So get creative to allow for that variety and accessibility for healthier foods. You might even have to go on an adventure to find some of those things. So, and then next slide here. So eat what's in season. And this hits close to home because I oversee some of the downtown farmers markets here in the city. So, eating seasonal fruits and veggies in the summer will ensure you consume enough nutrients and support your lifestyle and health requirements. Okay, so oh, here it is. When you visit a farmer's market, everything you find will be locally grown and seasonal produce. So, what seasonal produce can you look for during the summer? I'll riff off of just a few here, and this can depend on your location as well. So, tomatoes, they're grown in abundance during the summer months and are easy to find. Others include green beans, peaches, corn, melons, plums, peppers, eggplants, all the kinds of herbs, zucchini, figs, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, you name it. But it's not just about what you eat in the summer, but it's also about what you're drinking as well. And with that, I'm going to toss it over to Coach Tony.
Hey, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Coach Tony, CrossFit and nutrition coach at 5 Seasons. So our second tip here, keep hydration fun and flavorful. So did you know that many people tend to actually gain weight in the summer? And with the biggest reason tends to be the sugary drinks. Why is just because the amount of sugar in those drinks. Couple examples, a glass of lemonade, a little over 6 teaspoons of sugar, a can of Coke, over 10 teaspoons, Starbucks frappe, looking at certain people, 20 teaspoons. And the American Heart Association recommends no more than 6 teaspoons for women and 9 for men. So that kind of puts some things into perspective with that sugar. It can be as simple as swapping out sugary drinks with water, infusing fresh fruit such as berries, citrus, cucumber. It's more refreshing, it's low calorie, and it can help both kids and adults stay hydrated through the summer heat, especially these last couple of days. Here we got our mixed drink guide, but it's not just the sugar. The alcohol that we tend to drink more of during the summertime can also lead to that weight gain. When you drink alcohol, your body focuses on burning the alcohol instead of burning carbs, fat, or protein. So it's basically your body's not paying attention to the food as much and it's taking over with the alcohol, which means that all those calories from any food you're drinking while you have alcohol just goes into storage, also known as the fat in your body. Plus, alcohol can affect your appetite. You're more likely to crave those high calorie, less healthy foods after drinking. So make sure you're drinking enough water each day. We're aiming for 60 to 80 ounces to be well hydrated. Obviously, if you're outside sweating all day, you probably want to bump that a little bit. But if you are choosing to drink alcohol, go for the lighter options, many of them here on the screen. Or you can go to things like light beer, clear liqueurs, or even wine. Watch out for mixers and add-ons. They tend to have a lot of hidden sugar, as shown in the middle and the right side, as you can see on the drink menu, I guess you could call it here. So try swapping out your usual drinks for a smarter choice this summer. Then let's talk about hydration, and reducing the sugar intake matters for sticking to your healthier habits this summer. Staying hydrated with water helps increase energy, it supports your digestion, and helps you avoid unnecessary sugar intake. It also helps regulate your body temperature. Like I said, with these hot days, you need that water in order to sweat, your body's way of cooling itself. The bottom line, be mindful of what you drink this summer, as sugars and alcoholic drinks can sneak a lot of extra unwanted calories in. Well, let's talk about our final tip. I'm going to send it over to Coach Cliff.
All right. So the last one, and not a surprise here, the third one is planning out, or not necessarily outdoor, but active outings. I'll throw a little bit of couple of research studies here. Research consistently demonstrates that spending time together, especially quality time, has numerous benefits for relationships and overall well-being. And during the summer, it's a great time to take advantage, especially with the longer days, and being able to be outside. Activities like hiking, biking, swimming, and my favorite, family walk after dinner. That's what I'll be doing after this. So a good 15-minute walk after dinner is great exercise and also good bonding time with family and or friends. You may think that warm weather means more physical activity. The studies are kind of out on this one. One study published in the Journal of Sports and Health Science looked at the impact that weather has on our physical activity. And out of the 502 participants that they had, over half said that they would delay exercise due to the weather conditions during summer months. And that I would assume that that's probably heat related. But there's ways to get around that. So we can consider options such as going to the gym that may or may not have AC, but a giant fan. You could go bowling inside. You can go for an early morning walk, early morning workout. Temperatures are a little bit less stressful. Um, Things like mini golf, getting involved in some other sports like pickleball or going to an escape room, things that are indoor as well. Those are also great activities for bonding with those around you. Physical activity obviously has a ton of benefits, including decreased stress, sleep, increased confidence, and not to mention better weight management. And it doesn't have to be a strict activity such as a gym session to be an activity. When things excite us, it's easier to stay consistent. So give yourself something new to try for this summer's for your outings this summer. So if you've been following along in the handbook, you should be mostly filled out or mostly to the bottom. But really, the moral of the story is for all these three tips that we've explained. But small changes can have a massive impact. So things like Tony was talking about swapping sugary drinks. I was just talking about staying active, keeping healthy snacks handy, like Jewel was talking about storing the foods that are healthy right at hand. These small shifts can lead to lasting healthy habits. So as we wrap up, here are a few takeaways from this session. Like we said, making those healthy foods accessible, keeping hydration fun and flavorful. I know someone on this call, at least I don't know if he does anymore. Mr. Tim puts the lemons in his water. Still doing that? Yeah, makes it nice and fun, delicious. And then planning activities during the summer that are either outside or active in nature. As with anything we talk about in Healthy Steps Nutrition, we're going to start with one thing. So pick that one tip today as you take a step towards having a healthier summer filled with healthier choices. So with consistency and commitment, you can take control of your health and make your summer the best summer yet. So pass over to Jewel and Tony with some frequently asked questions.
Yeah, so first one here, FAQ, should I cut my calories to get summer ready? When people try to lose weight quickly versus gradually throughout the year by building habits, they rebound, causing them to gain the weight they just lost the other week. So this is why gaining weight in the summer is more common. So be consistent with your habits. That consistency compounds and yields positive outcomes when done sustainably. Working with a nutrition coach is a really great way to make sure that you're staying accountable all year round.
So another frequently asked question, is it okay to sleep more during the summer? Absolutely. Getting enough quality sleep is essential for your health year round, and the summer is no exception. In fact, sleep plays a powerful role in regulating your appetite, your energy levels, and can even help you support that healthy weight. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more cortisol, your stress hormone, which can lead to increased fat and water retention at the same time. Sleep loss decreases leptin, a hormone that signals how full you get, and increases your hunger trigger hormones. So more sleep keeps you regular, less sleep kind of throws everything out of whack. And I'm sure we've all been there before. Couple days of not enough sleep and everything goes out of whack.
For sure. So now that we've talked about the tips, keep your habits healthy this summer, let's focus on the three core principles of our nutrition coaching program that it's built upon. So number one, focus on whole foods first. Number two, focus on a balance of macronutrients. So that's that plate method. And then number three, limit the number of processed carbs and sugar. All things that we touched on briefly in this chat today. So these three core principles have helped over 50,000 clients worldwide improve their health, increase their performance, and reach their health and wellness goals. And at the end of the day, we know it is not mostly about knowledge and education. It's about having support and accountability in all that you do.
So, what was your biggest takeaway? As we come to the end of this, I'd like you to take a moment or two, kind of reflect on everything that we've gone through so far and what stood out the most to you. You can put something in chat about it. You can, if you don't feel comfortable sharing that here, you can always send an email or a message to any or all of the coaches that are here. Just kind of what's your biggest takeaway from today?
And then Healthy Steps Nutrition Coaching is more than just a meal plan. It's a personalized, habit-based approach that helps you build a healthier relationship with food and your body. Our proven system meets you where you are and supports you step by step with expert guidance, accountability, and practical strategies that fit your lifestyle. Whether your goal is weight loss, improved energy, or simply feeling better in your skin, Healthy Steps gives you the tools and the support to get you there and stay there. And who you see on the screen, that's your Healthy Steps nutrition team here at Five Seasons and our awesome mentor in the middle, Melinda. So we consider her part of our team as well.
So, like Cliff had mentioned in the beginning, we partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to to work with our clients. Uh, and as you can see here, here are some of our clients with their results. You have Sherry, Josh, and Nora, all of which had not identical goals. They all had their own, but through this program, you can see Sherry lost 9 pounds, 3.5 inches of her overall body inches in just 1 month. while increasing her mindset, her strength, her endurance, her confidence. So all of these people have worked with us. These are, sorry.
You good there, Tony?
Yeah, I think my, sorry, my other screen just completely fried. Someone else is gonna have to take over for this one. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I could pick that up. I think I got the next one too.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, so these are just a few of our success stories, like Tony mentioned. Kind of these three have went through the challenge and then have either stuck around or did some additional coaching afterwards. But yeah, all individual goals and all making awesome progress. And these are just three of the many more that we could share, but can only fit three reliably on a screen. So, there is a fantastic podcast if you're a podcaster like myself. These are really cool, probably half an hour or less stories that the HSN team does. And there are a lot around success stories, but they're also on a lot of these tips that we provide through these nutrition talks. Um, Nutrition Made Simple, that's the name of the podcast if you're wanting to look that up. And then finally, if you are looking for some personal nutrition coaching, there's two options that we do have. As we talk about with all of our clients, it really is an investment in yourself. And like I think it was Jewel, maybe it was Tony that talked about the accountability piece. I'm sure that you've seen like even what we were presenting on today, the three tips. None of this is really rocket science with the three core principles. The first one being eat whole foods first. It's really just that, and then the accountability piece to help you stay on track and make progress towards your goals. So the two options that we do have, there's the standard accountability and then the high accountability. And really the only difference between the two, the high accountability, there's a lot more touches. There's 15-minute calls per week with the high accountability, so check-ins with your coach there. Otherwise, each option starts off with a 60-minute initial consultation, so we kind of get your background, and then we'll discuss kind of your why. Why you want to make this transformational change. And then we have the HSN app. The HSN app is fantastic. It's awesome for us, both from a messaging standpoint and also tracking habits. And then there's great educational videos daily that are in there that are really well put together by the HSN team. So if you are interested in pursuing individual nutrition programming, you can scan this QR code, um, or I will be sending out an email with some more information on that. And this is all the information that we have for today. We do have a couple minutes left here on the call. Were there any questions that anyone wanted to ask Jewel, Tony, or myself? Rowan, how about you? Nothing from Rowan. Robin, Mom?
I don't really have any questions, but it's definitely a good reminder of the stuff that we may forget about. It's
Yeah,
real easy to go to the store and get all those fresh fruits and vegetables and then not prep them. And then, oh, I'm really hungry. I'll grab a bag of chips instead.
yeah.
Do the little bit of work up front.
I think we have like a coaches chat Instagram thing. I think it was one of us. It wasn't me, but either Jewel, Tony, or Nikki put in the chat. It was like had a picture of like putting all the fresh fruits and like nutritious foods like right up front, and then storing like all the perishables in like the drawers that people typically put the vegetables and fruits in. I thought that was pretty innovative, but an easy way to keep things um, in front, especially the things that are going to spoil. You know, your ketchups and sauces and things like aren't going to spoil, but typically they're right in front of your face. So
Yeah, the tip, I remember that one too, Cliff. It was put all your fruit and veggies in the door and put your condiments in the drawer because when you go to get the condiment, you already know what you want. So
yeah,
it doesn't need to be out where you can see it.
yeah.
I see fan.
And
He found me. Can't believe I made it that long.
Well, it's perfect, just in time. All right. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up today. Appreciate everyone being here. And yeah, like I said, I'll send out the recording and just a kind of a thank you email. So appreciate your time, everyone. The sun is still up, but the storm's coming in. So stay safe, and we'll see you all soon.
thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a
Appreciate
great
it.
one.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Don't hesitate.